Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreath.
Welcome back to News Watch 12 midday. Right now you're taking a live look at Medford, courtesy of the People's Bank off Middle Road, and we're seeing some cirrus clouds up in the sky, maybe some stratus clouds as well, and even some low-lying clouds that are kind of giving a smoky appearance to some of the hills there in the background. But all in all, a pretty nice day, albeit a little bit on the chilly side. We're at 42 degrees right now for Medford. Temperatures over on the east side sitting in the 20s, which is still cold, but it's much warmer compared to some of the negative temperatures we had this morning. It was -2 degrees for Lakeview, now warming all the way up to 23 degrees, 21 degrees for Klamath Falls, near freezing for the Shasta Valley, near 40 degrees for the Rogue Valley, and 45 degrees there along the southern Oregon coastline. Here's your dining forecast for today for the Rogue Valley. Going to give it 2 stars for lunchtime just because it's going to be so cold out there, and it's going to feel even colder for dinner time. Even though the air temperature is, we're forecasting it to be the same. If you're not there in the direct sunlight, it's going to feel even colder. And we're not even going to have that much sunlight to begin with today. Skies will range from mostly sunny down in Siskiyou County to partly cloudy for the east side and for our west side valleys. And in spite of the increase in sunshine, again, it's still going to be pretty chilly out there. We'll struggle to even make it above 30 degrees for the east side. We'll struggle to make it to freezing for our west side valleys of Siskiyou County. For southern Oregon, we'll be in the low 40s, and along the southern Oregon coastline, we'll be in the mid to upper 40s. It'll be a gray day along the coast. There was a small chance for some showers this morning. I think we'll probably be dry for the rest of the day, but winds will start to pick up ahead of the storm system that we're going to have for the weekend. So winds could gust out of the south up to 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour along the coast, and then up in the Cascades, winds could gust up to 30 miles per hour. Then overnight, the wind gusts will continue. Clouds will start to become a little bit more prevalent, and again, that's ahead of the storm system that we will have for Saturday and for Sunday. But in spite of the increase in clouds, it's still going to be pretty cold out there. Teens, if not single digits, for the east side. Will be in the 20s for west side valleys and mid to upper 30s there along the coast. So now let's actually talk about the storm system itself for the weekend. We'll pick up the action on Stormcast right around breakfast time on Saturday. And you can see everything starts to come into focus from the south and from the west. This is come time for lunchtime on Saturday, and everything becomes much more widespread for dinner time. Lots of blues on the map here for the east side. Snow levels are going to be anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 feet for both Saturday and for Sunday. And we'll have more of the same thing for Sunday. In fact, will probably be much wetter for Sunday. Here's a breakdown of the weekend for the Rogue Valley. Chance for showers on Saturday, becoming much more widespread, and Sunday temperatures essentially identical. So with snow levels being anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 feet, that's why we're going with a medium risk for winter weather impacts for both Saturday and for Sunday. But compared to this previous storm system we had, and even the one we had at the beginning of the week on Monday, this one isn't looking too impressive, but still bank on some travel impacts, again, above 3,000 to 4,000 feet. Here's your 7-day forecast for the coast. Rain continuing up until Monday. We dry out then, and then for Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll have more sunshine. For Siskiyou County, I think we could have some snow over the weekend, but again, in terms of the foot and a half of snow we saw down towards Mount Shasta City, I don't think that is exactly going to happen this weekend, but still bank on some snow. And then for the east side, I think we could have some substantial accumulations. It's too early to say anything super specific, but maybe 2 to 3 inches for Klamath Falls, Lakeview. I think that's definitely on the table. We're expecting more travel impacts for Oregon 140. We're expecting more travel impacts for Diamond Lake Junction up towards Crater Lake. So of course, if you plan on traveling up in the Cascades and Siskiyous, have those snow chains ready to go. And then the Rogue Valley probably misses out on some of the wintry stuff this weekend, still getting some beneficial rain. Will be dry once again for Tuesday and Wednesday.
And just kind of a good time to remind people too, although we're seeing a break and we are seeing, I guess, relatively okay temperatures this time of the year, just because there's not a storm currently, that snow, that ice could be melting, refreezing overnight. So not having a storm doesn't mean roadway conditions are going to get any better. Yeah, you said it on News Watch 12 this morning. I think just around this time of the year, rule of thumb is that if you're going in an elevation where it stays around freezing for most of the day, where there's a lot of moisture on the side of the roads that can melt down and refreeze,
Even if there aren't chain requirements per se, even if we're not in the midst of a winter storm system, it's still a good idea to use a lot of vigilance, a lot of caution, and maybe just don't necessarily have a lead foot as you're out there on the roadways.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Josh.
Of course.